I'm Kelly Crafts It All.
Hey crafty friends, it's Kelly here with Kelly Crafts It All. Today I am coming on to share with you a swap that I'm in. It's a CareBear swap, and it is hosted by Ilene Payne and Ebony, who are the crafty girls. So I joined the swap, and we had requirements, and the requirements were a 3D backpack with a dangle, a Memdex card, and they wanted them chunky with 4 layers, a 3-piece banner, minimum 3 pieces, could be more, minimum with 3 layers each, 2 sets of embellishments, minimum 3 pieces can be minimum 3 layers each. So I think I've met the requirements, plus I did send some extras. So I'm going to show you my goodies. So I'll start off with the requirements, and I did the backpack, and my front is a little crooked, and I can't get it to get straight, so my swap partner is Sharingmoore. I'll link everybody's information down below, but her name is Ebony. So, Ebony, don't look at my crooked backpack front. But anyhow, we're supposed to fill the backpack with goodies. But this is my backpack, and so it opens like this, and then there's the inside. This was a digital cut file by Nicole Paper Crafts, and I put it in my Cricut, and then I just made it bigger. And then it has this little pocket. There's nothing in the pocket, so she can put anything in there she wants, or if she, you know, just wants to display it, fine. If she don't, fine, give it what she'd like, is what I say. So that is my backpack, and I decorated it, and this is the back. And then here's my dangle. We had to have a backpack with the dangle, so here's my dangle. And I just put a little clip on it. These are like mitten clips or shawl clips, but I used it as a clip for my backpack, so I didn't have to poke a hole in it. Every time I do poke a hole, I poke it wrong, and then I'm like, oh, then I'll start all over. I mean, I was about ready to start all over on this because the front was crooked, but I talked myself out of it because I have so much going on. I just said, nope, nope, nope. But anyhow, here's her dangle, so I put a little sunshine on there, and then this one says gentle friend. And another blue bead with a heart. And then I had to shrink dink some CareBear stuff because I couldn't find anything. I was having a time. But yeah, I shrinky dinked them, and then I put UV resin on them with some glitter. And a little daisy and a bow. And this bright colored rhinestone. And then I shrinky dinked the little thing that says CareBears. And then a little bear. So that is my dangle. They didn't say specific of how big of a dangle you had to make. So I just did mine that way. So I just stuck it on the back for right now. So that is my backpack. And yes, this is going to drive me bonkers, but I'm hoping I might be able to steam it a little bit and get it to function properly. But that was my backpack with my dangle. And then we had a Memdex. So here's my Memdex, and it had to be 4 layers, and I think I met the requirements of that. So I built it all up, and I put some little jimmies on it. And then on here it just has my information. So that. And then a 3-piece banner. I do have that somewhere. Here, it's right here. So I did a 3-piece banner, and it had to be 3 layers, so I think I got all 3 layers. But here is mine. I haven't... These banners, the inspiration comes from Polly's Paper Crafts, I believe. And I love her banners, so I kind of just followed suit. And the rainbow ribbon and the CareBear ribbon, I had to make it myself because I didn't have any and I couldn't find any, and so I got on my sublimation printer and I just ironed on the ribbon. So you can sublimate on ribbon. So the first one is the Fun Shine Bear, and I did that in glitter, and I put a glittered rainbow in the back with some stars that have some Wink of Stella, and I Wink of Stella up the clouds and those blue strings that drive me crazy. And then the next one is the CareBear in pink. And I did the same thing with that, layered it up. And then we have Mr. Grumpy Bear, and he's so funny. And did the same, just did some glitter cardstock and printed out some stuff and bumped it up on foam and did some Wink of Stella. And then the bows, I just made the bows and put a little tulle on them. And then I had these, oh shoot, like gummy bears. So I was gonna do the acetate ones, and like I said, I was pressed for time, so I kind of didn't. I did with what I had, and then I put my little sticker on the back. And then the back of it, I just put some paper and fed the ribbon through, so that she can hang it up if she wants to. So that was my banner, my Memendex, and it's 2 sets of embellishments. So my embellishments, I did these little backpacks, and I put a little gummy bear there, and then I bumped these all up on foam, put a little teddy bear there, and then I did the shrinky dinks, and I made the tiny little Care Bears there that look like the dangle on a backpack. So I did 4 of those. And then I did 3 of these. These are the cute books. I think the die is by KF's Crafts. And I just made up these little books. And then found some images, printed them out on from Google. And then just put a little, I had the smaller gummy bears. And I did the smaller gummy bears. And just put a little iridescent star on those. And I punched a hole and put a little eyelet in there. And then hung it with a jumper. So that is my requirements that were required of me. So I think I've met the requirements. Set that all aside. And that. So now the rest is extras. So I started off, I made some stickers for her, and I made the, can't remember if this was Scrap Diva or, I want to say it was Scrap Diva. Don't quote me. But it's the stickers, and then this little holder I craft lifted from Carrie at Carrie's Crafts. She sent stickers and things in them. It's those little clear pouches, and thought what a good way to use them up. And so I just made her some stickers, and I put those in there. Just close it with some Velcro. And I made her a bookmark. And this has got a little CareBear, little blue one on there, and then just some beads. And it's a little bookmark. So I made her that. I bought this little brush. I found this at Five Below. So I had found this, so I thought I'll send this along. That was really cute. So sending that. Found some bath bombs that were Care Bears on Amazon. These were cheap. These were only $5, and you get 6 bath bombs. So you know, they were less than like $1 each. So it wasn't too bad. Better than what I could have made them. I make my own bath bombs, but I couldn't find a Care Bear mold for them. So that's how I come across these. I was looking for the mold, and then I found these, and I said, well, what's the point? I can just do this. So it's got the Bedtime Bear, Harmony Bear, Good Luck Bear, Friend Bear, Wish Bear, Cheer Bear. Yeah. And then there's the back of it. Got fuzzies on there. So I'm going to send her those. And I made this little chip bag and put some stuff on it, and it just holds those, you know, these little candies here. Those are individually wrapped, so I just sent those along. And then I made her a tissue cover holder. So she's got a pack of tissues in there. She can use it in her backpack or eat. I was gonna store buy a backpack as well, but I can't find one. I guess with school going on, everything is sold out. or they've jacked the price up so outrageously that they're crazy. And I was like, "Nah, I'm not spending 90 bucks on a backpack. I love my swap partners. I love you to death. But, ooh, 90 bucks for a backpack that is really, you know, I don't know. You know, if it was 20, I would have said, sure, that's big, no big deal. But they didn't have it. But anyhow, I made her this Hemingway pouch, and she can put a book in here or whatever she would like. But for now, I just have this little notebook in here that I made, and I just left it plain. I didn't put a whole bunch of stuff on the outside of it so that, you know, she could use it herself. And while we're standing here and I'm thinking of it, I'm going to stick my sticker on it. There. So inside, I just used my mini cinch and made that. And then I just I laminated this one for the inside so that she knew it was from the CareBears, but it wasn't so out loud out there. And then I just printed off some paper, some lined paper, and put a sunshine and a little bear there, so they're all the same. And then the back, there's the back cover. So I just made her this little notebook. It's a tight fit. I thought I made it the right size, but it's just tight. But it'll go in there and it comes out. And she don't have to put that in there. She can use it just for books or whatever. Then I found this. This is those, you know, viral containers going all over YouTube and Facebook and everywhere about Walmart. And when I got this, I was thinking, well, I don't know why you people are so hyped on these things. I think they're very cheaply made for $4. Really do. Because these will crush. There were several on the shelves that the corners were all cracked. They were bent down. So, you know, I was like, well, if that's how they work, you know. But I got one. I actually got two. I got one for me to have a spare, and then I got this one for this swap. And I just used some stickers and put CareBears on there. And that unzips and then in here. I made her some, I sublimated her some car coasters. And it says handmade with love. And then on the back of it, it has my information and then care instructions. And I put the CareBear Swap 2025. That. Made her another keychain. This is a keychain. I'm thinking of the bookmark, but a keychain. And it has the Grumpy Bear and Cheer Bear and Bedtime Bear. And then just some those little fluffy things. And I got all these beads and the fluffy things I got from Miss Tiffany over on Instagram or YouTube, either one. I'll link her below. I did a haul and showed you all the beads and stuff from her shop. So then I had some bottle caps. So I stuck some. This looks like a piece of hair, and it's not. It's the end of a balloon string. Once I got it all together, I'm going, oh no, there's a dog hair in here or something. But then I got to looking at it, and it had little curly cues. I was like, oh no, that's the string of a balloon. And just some, you know, just some CareBears. Some embellishments. And then I made her, this here is her beaded pen, I do believe. Yeah, pen and pokey tool. So I did her pokey tool, and it's got Grumpy Bear on there, and I just put some beads and stars. And then her pen is just a pink pen. So I got that, and then it's got an iridescent bow and some of them pink fluffy things. And these, again, I got from Tiffany. And I can't think of her name on her channel at the moment. I didn't think to look it up. I'm just going to set that aside. And then I found this at Walmart, and it's a rainfall, and it was blue, but it's moisturizing hand sanitizer. So I got her one of those. So I thought that was an okay thing to do. Set that aside. Alright, put that back in there. Alright. And then I have some of these flowers laying around, so I made a box, and I'll toss these little flowers in here. She can use those for embellishments or whatever she'd like. So, made her some of them. Oh, let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I made her, or I just covered these. I wanted to make a box that, you know, but I just couldn't come up with nothing. I was pressed for time. So I just made this little covers. And these are the Nerd Gummy Clusters. Rainbow, Tangy, and Crunchy. And then this one is the, these are Airheads. The Airhead, there's 6 bars, assorted flavors. So I sent her some sweet treats along. This is her little note card here, and I just put a little note in there. So, hang that off of her package. Let's see, what else do I have? Okay, I think we're coming down to the wire here. We've got, I think, this and one more. This is a box that I made. I had to make up a box because I couldn't find... I had some boxes, and I don't know what I did with them. They are mug boxes, and I can't find them. I think I threw them... Well, they were actually repurposed ones from Cricket mugs from Sublimation. And I think I ended up breaking the mugs. One I sublimated upside down, and the other one I broke the handle. So I got frustrated, and I think I got mad and just tossed all the boxes in the trash with the mugs. And I should have kept the mug boxes. But anyhow, I had to make one, so I made her a mug box. And then in her mug, she's got one of the, you know, the tote, or not tote, the mug caddies. So you can put your pens and pencils and scissors and everything in there, and then you can put, you know, whatever you have. And you can put your pencils in here if you'd like. You can put the pencils in here. And you can put your little, you know, whatever's in there. And then I just made some ties and tied it there so that it, when you pull things out, it's not pulling off. Because where I've learned how to do this, they don't put nothing on it. They just tuck them in there. Well, I did that the first one I made, and it was mine because it was my, you know, prototype. And now every time I go to grab something, the whole thing comes out. So I had to put some ties on mine. And then it just has this false bottom. And yeah, I put the bottom in sideways instead of front ways. And I was not going to change it. But that's how her mug is going to her. And then I've got some shred and stuff I'm going to put in things and package it up nice. I'm not just going to throw this all in here willy-nilly. Then I sublimated her a tumbler. This is really cute. And it comes with the straw and the brush. I had an extra one over there. I guess I didn't think I had included it, but I did. And then this is her mug. I didn't put anything in it. It's just plain. And I had a little white seam, and then it didn't match up. And I thought, I wasn't going to redo it. It was fine. So there is her little CareBear mug, or tumbler. So I did that. And it's the middle ones. So I made her that. And I think that is it. I think that is all that I'm sending to Miss Ebony. So, yeah, if you want to join in, like, the swaps and stuff that the crafty girls are in, go look them. I'm linking it all down, so you just go over there to their Instagram page. And they have YouTube pages and stuff, and they have the crafty girls, and there's Ilene and Ebony, and there's Carmen, and there's a couple other ones that I can't remember who they are. But there's a group of them, but Ebony and Ilene are like the two main ones that run the show. So they make up, you know, the requirements for the swaps and such. But yes, that is what I'm sending with Ebony. So I'm going to get out of here so I can get this boxed up and in the mail today. Because due by the 5th, I believe it said. Yeah. So I want to get this in the mail today. So, Ebony, I hope you enjoy what I'm sending you, and if there's like anything you don't want or don't need, please feel free to pass it along. Don't keep it just because you think you have to. And by all means, and the things that I've included that are you can use in a swap or something, the stickers and things like that, by all means, go ahead. Anything, just anything you want to do with it, do with it. It will not hurt my feelings. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Remember, I love each and every one of you. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
I've got scissors in